delegates within the FA, or the delegates should give you another term in office?
Okay, thank you for your question. The last 4 years since we came in October, I think October 29th of 2019.
Yeah.
There's been a massive improvement in terms of purely from restructuring the organization to ensure that we'll be able to put the right programs in place, in all aspects. Restructuring the finance organization, bringing in good technical people, hiring new CFO, putting the right controls and systems in place in terms of accountability. Because FIFA demands, the levels in terms of FIFA expectations are very high. We brought in a new marketing director to help in our campaign sponsorship, which has yielded tremendous results. We have over 25 major sponsors for the FA, which you can see in our financials compared from 2019 to 2020 to 2021. You can see that. The 2022 financials just closed. It's being audited as we speak. And once we go to Congress again, it will be made public. And then we also we set up a new legal department to help in the FA work. We've also hired a new HR manager. We hired a new HR manager. Can you imagine not having an HR manager in our organization? So we did that as well. The prosecutor was mandated by FIFA, which we hired. So in terms of the right structures in place, we have done all that just to make sure the organization and then it's properly structured for growth. So that's what we've done, and there's a whole lot of work that goes on in this contest. On the back of it, we've been able to meet all our FIFA audit requirements, and it's been tremendous amount of work that gone into to get that done. In terms of also in our statutory reporting, we've also met that as well. By filing our financials with the Register Journal. So from organization structure standpoint, turnaround structure, I think we're on the right course. Then you veer into competitions. So all these things, of course, we have to have the right people to plan for the competition, for the clubs and for the league. We've also have to work on the other aspect in terms of refereeing, which was a big challenge when we came in. Restructuring that, get a referees manager, the technical development of our referees. Our same as we set up we didn't set up, we enhanced the technical directorate by hiring Bernard Lepere, the technical director, to do it. They've done a lot of work at the technical directory, but still a lot of work needs to be done. We are not even 20% of what we expect the technical directory to do. We still have significant amount of work and resources. We're only limited by the resources that we have. If we had more resources, definitely we were able to do more in that area as well. Then the rest is competitions. Going back to the RFA level, put in a lot of resources. Put a lot of training at all their levels. Coles football, restarting Coles football, working to our partnership KGL, making sure that Coles football is sustained, and playing all playing their football in their leagues, Division 2, Division 3, a women's league. Making sure that it's functional, and referees' remunerations are all done on time. Match commissioners, in terms of VMOs, everybody that's involved, making sure that the finances are strong to be able to pay them for their work. And then you go to the Division 1, league. What we've done for them as well, we've done tremendous amount. We provide football booths at all sectors. We provide footballs to them. We give them cards to be able to with Goyle partnership, so that they can get fuel for their transport. We are giving them. We continue that program this season, and of course with Access Bank sponsorship as well. We are giving them 80,000 CDs this year for Division 1 League, Bet Power and start times, support the Premier League, and I think Malta again is also supports the Women League. Yeah. So that is on their local side, but there's a lot of work that has to go, and there's still a tremendous amount of work that's out there that still needs to be done. From the national teams, I mean, the results are there. I mean, the 18 made it to the World Cup. We are on the cusp of qualifying to the AFCON in Ivory Coast next year. Yeah. And our game is September 7th. Yeah. So after that, God willingly, we will qualify, and then we have to go to the U.S. to play Mexico on the 14th of October in Charlotte, and I think on the 17th we play the U.S. in Nashville. That's also serve as preparation for the team towards the World Cup qualifying in November, 2 World Cup games now. So I think it's on track. I mean, in terms of performance, we all expect more from them. I mean, we're going to work hard. And then the junior teams as well, we're going to work very hard. Coach education is one area that we identified that we have to improve. With the DNA that's been built by the Tenure Directorate, we plan to incorporate it in coach education so that we can have teach our coaches, and the coaches will learn early times of the DNA, how we want to train our boys and girls, and how we want them to play. So there's still a lot of work to be done. But just a nutshell, these are things we've done.
So the summary of it is that the FA has spent a valuable amount of time fixing the fundamentals. So where do you go from here? What should Ghanaians expect in the next 4 years?
We can only go higher from a standpoint that we want our national teams to be strong. We want to be a powerhouse in Africa and the world. And so a lot of resources will go into developing our coaches and developing our teams to that level. Our local league still needs a lot of help in terms of making a product that people can go and watch like we used to. Our referees we have to strengthen their capability as well so that the games are officiated fair and clean, in a very professional way. One of the efforts is to continue engagement with government for government support, because we can't do it all. There's a tremendous amount of resources that will require at these levels, especially if we want our national teams to be top in the world. We have to put a lot of resources at all levels, like other countries are doing. And that's the result that you see in Senegal and Morocco and all these places, because they put an amount of resources. And if we don't do it, trust me, you will be sitting here one day and you see countries like Tanzania and all these people, just whizzing by us because we have not invested in those areas.
Okay, I know the issue of things have changed.
I think it's a multiplicity of issues. I mean, at the end of the day, we've sat down with the technical team. I'm a chairman. I have the luxury of being the chairman of the management committee. So we've sat down with the technical team to discuss what the issues are and how can we improve. And I think they are very much aware that it's something that Ghanaians expect, not just a win, but they expect to win in a fashion that befits Ghana. I mean, we are Ghana, so they know they have to do their homework well. They know they have to make sure they prepare very well. And I know they've been working for almost a month now behind the scenes in terms of analysis and monitoring of players and who's in top form, who's doing this, who play this, the type of way they want to play for the game and all that based on the opposition. Because we played these guys before. Yeah. I think we played them 1-1. Yeah, so we know how they play. It's just a question of we organizing ourselves, and I think they are very much focused on they delivering the goods on that day. So the rest in terms of the national teams, like I said, coach education, talent identification. The technical directors has a talent identification program going on where they go around. They're actually piloting a program in, I think, Greater Accra region now, where the boys are training and girls are training in a couple of days a week, on certain methods. Once again, it's a pilot. But the idea, once again, is to continue. There is a program coming up down the line, the academy, which we're going to work with schools. The FA has identified the schools in the country, sectionalized and through sectors, whereby the players that are identified will set into certain boarding school who have the opportunity to train, and we put the coaches there, so that those players will be in school all right as part of the boarding school, but there'll be a lot of emphasis on the development as well, which has not been done before. This was done by sports masters, when you are playing, you are at the mercy of the sports masters, but in this scenario, the plan is to bring technical people to help in the development at that level so that they can feed into the region and then hopefully feed into national.
Great stuff. Now, multimedia campaign and considering the low potential in the Ghana Premier League, what is the FA doing to make sure things are improved going forward?
If you ask me, the FA's reaction, I think it's a fantastic idea. It's a study. So if the report comes out and it's something that we can all learn from, why not? We just take it and then we will try and do the part that we feel we have to engage. FA's perspective, if you look at some of the things that President talked about, he talked about the fact that we have to promote, we'll put more additional resources into promotion of the leagues locally. We will do everything to make sure that the people that serve in the delivery of the product are all well compensated and resourced to be sure that on match day they'll be there and ready to develop or to give the best. In terms of the other side of it, in terms of the promotion, also comes back to the clubs from a standpoint that the clubs also have to engage the community and make sure that the community is truly well involved in the production and promotion, because it's a production. If you see it as a production like what you're doing now, then it makes life a lot easier. If you are on the WhatsApp page or on the link of some of the EPL teams or some of the European teams, every week you get, every day you're getting updates on player performance, on who is hurt, who is injured, who's going to play, likely to play. You get match reports. You get, so it's all sort of teasers even before the game. And these are things that can be done, match day and all that, so that people can also feel that they are part of it. But it's work also that has to be done a lot by the clubs themselves. And the challenges sometimes you face also is also where to play the games. In terms of venue is another issue. So those that have had have that good venues to play, they have to make sure they take advantage of it. Yesterday I was at the Super Cup.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going there today. Did you guys?
Yeah, I watched it.
How did you find it?
It was good. It was better than the previous one we
Exactly. So the whole essence, once again, is we want to produce better quality games over time. I watched the games, and it looks like you're watching EPL or watching, you know what I mean, in terms of, or even like the championship.
Yeah.
It looked, was it any different from championship? Was it? I couldn't tell. Of course, aside from the crowd.
It was good.
It was good. So in terms of, I want you to look at it from the production standpoint. What was produced as a product. That's the level that we are talking about. So that if we can deliver these kinds of products every time on our TV and people can see, then you see that we'll get there. And then people will start coming. The other thing I also say is that the referees have to protect the players so that we can have superstars. People want to come and see superstars. You want to see the Abedi Peles of the world, the Jordans are used, so we have to find a way to promote our players so that people come to the stadium. And of course, they're also protected in the game so that people, and it's all part of the ecosystem that needs to be, fleshed. That way, people will feel comfortable coming to watch game. And of course, the last thing is hooliganism, making sure that we stop it at any level, because that's one of the things that stops people from coming to stadia.
Okay, great. Media and Dreams FC are represented.
Absolutely. I'll take this opportunity to wish them well. FA is behind them. FA is engaged with them on a daily basis. I wish Dreams FC's game today, I wish them lots of luck, and hopefully they will be able to get a good results. And Mediama too, I wish them well tomorrow in their game so that they can make all of us proud and smile again.
Thank you.